What's up, guys? We are in Wayland, Michigan, just about a mile away from General RV, about to pick up our brand new Alliance fifth wheel 390 MP. Cannot wait, so excited. Let's go pick that girl up. Guys, so we made it inside, got checked in, got our VIP badges. Nora loves hers, and now we are gonna get a walkthrough about how this thing actually operates, because you gotta remember, we're vintage trailer people. This will be our first brand new fifth wheel, so we're excited to learn a lot.
So we just finished our whole walkthrough of the rig, and I have to say I am so excited. I feel like it's been a little surreal until now, but now it's finally like coming into reality that this is ours and this is our new rig, and we have this new space to go exploring and adventuring in.
All right, guys, so it's been about 3 weeks since we've picked up the RV. We've fast forwarded down a 1,500 mile shakedown trip. We've added lithium batteries, solar panels, and most importantly, we've really learned how we're gonna be living in this thing and gotten it broken in and just made it our own. So now we are excited to give you a look inside, let you know what we think about it, show you around, and tell you how it's been working for us. And yeah, let's get to it. We'll start with some specs though. These are just basic specs of the unit we have. Again, it's an Alliance fifth wheel RV. The unit is a 390 MP. It's 42 feet long, 13 feet 4 inches high, dry weight 13,500 pounds, gross vehicle weight rating is 16,800 pounds, and the hitch weight is 2,744 pounds. Here's the important stats. Fresh is 98 gallons, gray 106 gallons, and black is 53 gallons. It's important to note that during our 3 to 4 weeks that we've been traveling in this full time, we've been 95% off grid. And I've got to admit, there are some things in this unit that makes it perfect for off-gridding, even more so than we anticipated. We'll get to those in just a little bit, but let's just start here in the main living area. When you come in the door, this is directly to the left. You see out of the gate, there's this huge kitchen counter, deep sink, a big sink, and a big area right here for prepping food, serving food, a lot of different uses that we found for this area already. So having an area in the middle, so open and so functional, has been awesome. To the right, there's a 4-seater dining table. Now, I know a lot of people take this dining table and replace it with a desk or a longer couch or a lot of different things you can do. But we have found that the dining room table really helps us keep those family routines, like eating dinner together every night. Nora can sit in one of these chairs on a booster seat. We can sit here and just enjoy dinner together. Beautiful view out the window. Really helps us keep the normal like sticks and bricks routine. We've really enjoyed this 4-seater table. Working our way down though, this is the part that's like luxurious beyond what we've been used to. We've got 2 recliners here, armrest that goes up and down, charging ports in the middle of the armrest, charging ports down here, huge pull-out couch. That's one of the best parts about this area, is that it's all one space. The kitchen, the living, dining, the TV. We can really kind of close it off, keep our eye on Nora, and all be a family inside this big space with 2 pull-outs. Let's go over and look at the kitchen real quick. So here is the kitchen, and the best thing is that we've got a big 4-burner stove right here. Oven, I mean, this thing you can cook a Thanksgiving turkey in. It is very big. It's super easy to use. Microwave right here, not something we're used to having in an RV, not something we use very often, but it did come in handy a few times to heat things up over the last few weeks. The thing that I love the most is this residential fridge. It is huge. It is bigger than our fridge at home. It's got 2 open doors for the cooling portion, and then a very deep freezer section with top units and then bottom units down there. So having this has been absolutely amazing. We decided to go with a residential fridge because we knew we were going to get a pretty big lithium battery system with solar to support that. So it's been no problem keeping that running. But the only issue is if you see yourself with a lack of power, you might want to go with an RV style fridge that's going to run off propane. This just runs off our inverter with our battery power whenever we're off grid. So the reason this RV is called a 390 MP is because it has a multi-purpose room, and that's where we are right now. This is a room that you'll see directly in front of you when you walk in the front door. It's also the room that kind of separates the living area and the kitchen from the bedroom. For us, it is a true multi-purpose room. As you can see here, I've got my filming gear, my office gear right on the desktop, but it's not just an office for me and a workplace for me whenever we're on the road. It's also, believe it or not, the room that our dog River feels most comfortable in. So we keep her dog bowls down here. We keep her bed in here. She's really taken to this room. I guess you could call it the dog house if I end up sleeping in here, but it's been fun because I can work here, River can be comfortable here. And most importantly, it gives us something to grow into. As the months and years go on, this is where we want Nora to feel comfortable. We want this to be Nora's room at nighttime and to take naps in, where I can still get on a conference call if I need to, have a little privacy to work on the office stuff. But also, hey, if Riv feels comfortable in here too, that'd be perfect because Nora and River are essentially best friends. So this multi-purpose room is the reason that we chose the unit, so we could get the most out of having a workspace and having a room for Nora. All right, so whenever you walk in the front door, you take a left, you get to the living area, straight ahead, multi-purpose room. And when you take a right, you come to this hallway. You can see the sliver of the multi-purpose room right there with the door open, and these steps come up to a bunk area. The bunk area hasn't been used for much right now, but I tell you what, Nora loves playing up here and looking out the window. So every day we'll have a small play session up here and, you know, just hang out. It's quite challenging for me to get up here. Olivia is a little more nimble and can get up here pretty well, but it's worked as just a fun play area. All right, it's always hard to shoot in an RV bathroom because they are pretty small. But, you know, at this angle, you can see the countertop that we have with the sink, pretty deep sink, nice poly style countertop, but big enough for us to put hand towels, toothbrush, you know, daily toiletries up there that we need. But this shower, I mean, look, I'm not that tall, but I am probably 5'10", and there is like a foot of space at least between me and the skylight. It's just been a pleasure to use. They have this bench you can sit on. Not that I need a bench very much when I'm in the shower, but Olivia can sit here and shave her legs, and it folds up very easily, so it doesn't take up room if you don't want to use it. But this shower, I've just been in love with having such a large freshwater tank and large gray tank. We've been able to take long showers, well, RV long at least. We're not taking Navy showers, so it's been a new experience for us to have a luxury like this. Typical RV toilet with a 53-gallon tank. To give you a little perspective about what that means for us, camping off grid as we were for like 2.5 weeks, we did not even fill our black tank up. So we were able to use the bathroom as normal. This is the first time we have not had a composting toilet. I hear a lot of people who have composting toilets talk bad about a black tank, but so far for us, dumping has been easy, and the fact that we can stay off grid for what seems to be at least 3 weeks, since we didn't even get full in 2.5 weeks, for us, that just is better than a composting toilet for me right now in this state of our life. We don't ever have a desire to stay off grid for longer than three weeks at a time. So coming in to a campground, an RV park, a dump station, and just dumping the black water is not an issue after 3 weeks. And last but not least, for the interior at least, is the master bedroom. Now, it looks a little empty in here right now, and that's because we have transitioned a lot of our stuff from this bedroom back into our house. It is spacious for me and Olivia. There are a few key things in this bedroom that have really been beneficial to us. First is that we both have a small nightstand. It's nothing big, but it's something that we can set a cup of water on. It's something we can set our cell phone that's charging on. Secondly, there's a shelving unit by this side of the bed. It's been very easy for us to store the books that we read to Nora at nighttime, diapers, stuff like that, and just any other bedroom stuff that, you know, can be out in the open and doesn't have to be tucked away. So a lot of good storage in this room too. And one of the features that most people will probably find awesome, as we do, is that it has a walk-in closet. This closet is big enough to put a washer and dryer, of which it has hookups for. We don't find a need for a washer and dryer, but what we do like is that there's a side for my clothes, there's a side for Olivia clothes, there's 2 shelves on either side, smaller shelves for shoes or any other miscellaneous things you have. It's been so easy for us to stay organized. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go outside to show you our huge lithium battery system, our off-grid inverter, and the solar setup we have. But before we do that, I want to let you know that during this whole video shoot, I've been here for about an hour and a half, just cleaning up a little bit, prepping the video. And that whole time, we've been running 2 AC units off our system. Whenever I got here today, the system was at about 94% charged. And after about an hour and a half of running 2 ACs in on and off clouds, we're down to 66%. You can see it right here. This is kind of what our system's running at right now. We're not pulling in as much solar as I would like because the clouds are in and out, and you can see that we're using about 2,400 watts, I think it is, 2,600 right now. So that's 2 ACs running and just a few other miscellaneous lights and stuff. But what that means is that if I had 1 AC running during the peak sunlight, I would basically be able to run it indefinitely as long as the sun was out, because I'd be breaking even with how much I was pulling out and how much I was using with the AC unit. Right now, we are depleting the unit at a pretty good rate, but I mean, that I would say it would be at about 20% an hour. So we could run theoretically 2 ACs for 5 hours with absolutely no sunlight, and then we'd be at 0. Not that I'd want to take it all the way down to 0, but that just gives you some idea of 2 ACs for 5 hours. You could probably run 1 AC indefinitely during the sunlight or at nighttime for probably almost 10 hours with the system that we do have. So you probably have been hearing the ACs in the background. That's what it is, but it's awesome to know that I've been running those suckers off grid. Let's go out and I'll show you that system. All right, so this is the system that we installed with the Mortons, and it is a beast of a system. It's hot as Hades out here right now. It's almost 100 degrees. We were running those 2 ACs, and the system is warm, but I mean, it's handled the load very well. Running those 2 AC units, only getting down to 64%. Very cool. I turned those units off now, give it a little bit of a break with all this intense heat going on. But what we have here are 3 Battleborn Game Changer 3.0s. These are GC3s, and a piece they're 270 amp hours. So that means with the 3 of these, we have just over 800 amp hours, which is very good for us. That's a boost of over 300 amp hours to what we used to have in the Airstream at 500. So a lot of power to last us a long time, even if we're beating that system with 2 AC units. Right here is a Victron Quattro inverter. It's 5,000 watts. So that's what gives us the ability to run AC units. We can't push it much farther beyond that. And if we were to try to like use the microwave or the coffee maker with those 2 AC units going, it would definitely overload. So you got to still be smart about it. But in almost any real world scenario, we would never be running 2 AC units and asking for that much power, because if we were truly camping in this heat, we would be at an RV park where we could have hookups and run just straight off 50 amp service, because it is freaking hot out here right now. Ideally, we like to travel with the weather and not butting it right in the head. So we also have, you know, this is kind of the brains of the system, the servo. It's how we pulled it up on the cell phone to see the remote system inside. We can make any changes remotely with that cell phone app. We got some charge controllers over here. So that's our system. 810 amp hours, 5,000 watt inverter, and solar charge controllers, 3 different ones over to the side. Let's go up on the top and I'll show you what we're working with for the solar. All right, so last but not least, this is our solar array. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels. All of them are 230 watt panels. That means we have just over 1,800 watts of solar capability up here on the roof. They are run in 3 different series, as you saw those 3 solar charge controllers down in the basement. And, you know, they work very well. They are flexible panels that lay flat on the roof and they require no holes for mounting. It's one of the big reasons why we got these. I didn't want to drill a lot of holes into this brand new RV roof. But with that, whenever they get super hot, they do become less efficient. I would say maybe 10 to 15% efficiency loss, which for us having this many solar panels and usually not pulling that much energy, that loss is not a very big deal to us. To make up for it, we just threw an extra solar panel on the roof and then we break even again. So all these panels can run one AC unit indefinitely, very easily. It really feeds the lithium batteries with that extra energy, making off-grid living very comfortable. All right, so this is our new 5th wheel. It's our 3rd RV and we're happier than ever with it. Even though it's huge, it's been pretty awesome for us. And this is in spite of me writing an article and making a video about reasons to avoid a 5th wheel. I took all those reasons into consideration, and with every type of RV, there are reasons to avoid it. But for us, the 5th wheel has served us so well. But as you can see, I am sweating, I am super hot. It is so hot outside. Getting up on that roof, wow, it is hot on that roof. And regardless, this RV makes RV life for us exciting again. It makes it comfortable. It's an RV that we can grow into rather than out of, and that's something we were really looking for. Few videos coming up, we're gonna show you what we tow it with as far as the actual 5th wheel hitch, and we'll also give you a tour of our tow vehicle, which is a 2021 GMC Sierra HD 3500 dually. I'll give you all the specs on that in a video down the road. But thank you again for coming with us on this tour, seeing our new home. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about us going from a 16-footer to a 24-footer to now a 42-footer. I mean, you can't get much bigger than that. Thank you again, guys. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.